Splitsville is a recent chaos-imbued rom-com, straying from the typical genre conventions in favour of something new and gleefully its own. It's a much-needed shake-up to the rom-com formula, starting where these sort of films end, having the characters coupled up and married, and twisting that new equilibrium, creating a love rhombus dynamic where each individual is, inadvertently, stirring the collective pot. This film is mostly carried by the general incompetence of the two loser men, brought to life by Carl Marvin and director Michael Angelo Corvino, the two co-writers of the film. As the film is ultimately their vision, it is apparent that they are the ones who understand the tone the most. And what a wonderful tone Splitsville has. On one hand, this is a fantastically messy film, reflective of the crumbling states the characters unwittingly put themselves in via a series of mishaps and misunderstandings. These are immature people through and through, and that is where the comedy arises. Loser Men is a character archetype I thoroughly enjoy watching on screen, and seeing these two ruin their lives repeatedly in a cyclical nature is joyous. Then, on the other hand, these are still characters I could sympathise for. They're petty and self-destructive, but you still feel bad for them. Maybe I felt bad for them because they've trapped themselves in this cycle. It helps the humour come alive when the goofy is mixed in equal proportion with their more than slightly pathetic demeanour. Naturally, once those two are discussed, comes the film's extended fight scene, which is one of the best in recent memory. The way that the space within the beach house is clearly established in a few shots building up to the fight scene, itself not that far into the film, marks its progression clearly. From room to room, each movement within the chaotic ballet between Marvin's Carey and Corvino's Paul, be the shifts in location or the surprisingly brilliant stunt choreography, is given the necessary weight to maintain the shock value of the fight scene within what could have been more of a dialogue-heavy rom-com type film. The movement is a pulse, using the physicality of the two characters to never result in a serious combat encounter. It doesn't lose sight of the fact that such a highly choreographed fight, stemming from these two average fellas, is fundamentally absurd, and leans into it. No prop is left unused, and all the opportunities for a gag are weaponized, more often than not literally. This also features a really fun Dakota Johnson performance, to match the vibes of Marvin and Corvino. Her character Julie balances the tone. She's at the heart of both of their affections, and a major crux for the conflict. Johnson has crafted a dryly humorous persona across her career, and this film is capable of using that persona as a straight man archetype. The clear dichotomy between the two guys' explosive capacity for outwardly expressive comedy, and her dryly cynical approach to their shenanigans, switches tonal registers, and keeps scenes from blending together monotonously. She is really the audience's eyepiece into the film, allowing for Marvin and Corvino's absurdity to be absurd. None of it is toned down by repetition. Johnson is more of the grounded drama compared to the two guys as well, where she has to deal with the aftermath of Paul's actions, which are like a hand grenade in an already otherwise off-kilter film. With the main cast, I'd argue that Adria Arjona as Ashley isn't used quite as well as she could be. For the most part, as her own character, she's put in the background so that the Paul-Carey-Julie conflict blossoms more fully. In the scenes she does appear in, however, is a different sort of comic unhingedness compared to any of the other three leads. It's quieter than Marvin and Corvino, and skewed towards their antics when compared to Johnson. It's an awkwardness that just doesn't come across as collected at any moment, which is the perfect antithesis to the other characters in the film. Splitsville is a dumb rom-com. I don't say dumb as a negative here. Quite the opposite. I tend to define dumb when it comes to comedy as a blend of slapstick humour and lowbrow jokes. But I think Splitsville uses the quote-unquote dumb traits as a veneer for a story which I think is deeper on an emotional level than its basis of aesthetics gives it credit for. Its exploration of self-destruction through the lens of a love rhombus, a storytelling method I'm surprised isn't used more often, it's ripe for conflict mining, is incisive, while maintaining its position firmly as comedy. I'd also be remiss if I didn't bring up the cinematography. I love how this movie looks. Not only in that fight scene, but the simple things. The framing of people within a space where they're all tangibly in a room together, and the blocking is well utilised to convey the power dynamics of a scene. Mirrors and windows are used in a really cool manner, where reflections and the lines are played with to add a little je ne sais quoi to the mix. And there's a sequence in particular where time is played with smoothly via the edit, and the shot composition around one floor of an apartment makes collapsed time tangible. Splitsville is a really fun and funny time, preferably with the crowd. I didn't have much of one sadly, but some of the people who were there were chuckling here and there. I could see myself enjoying this more with friends or family, but as it currently stands with me watching it solo in the cinema, this is a legitimately great comedy. Simple enough for the laughs to take centre stage, all without neglecting the vital character component. Splitsville. 4 stars.
Well,
That's all. Keep on watching movies and form your own opinions. See you in the next one.